In another one of our stories on Nepal, we now take you to Pokhara. It's only 200 kilometers away from Kathmandu, but no place could be more different. Pokhara Valley is surrounded by high mountains and is peaceful and laid back and has all the ingredients of a perfect holiday, as Nikhil Alva discovered.
Often referred to as the adventure capital, Pokhara is where many of Nepal's famous treks begin. In the season, which lasts from October to April, it's packed with climbers, backpackers, and tourists from around the world. But when you peer down at it from a height of 12,000 feet, it doesn't appear too remarkable. What stands out, though, are the mighty Himalayan ranges and the sparkling green waters of the Phewa lake, along whose shores the town is built. Not everyone comes to Pokhara to trek or climb. Some come here to relax and soak in the ambience. Others to spend time boating and kayaking on the Phewa, one of the largest of Nepal's lakes and easily the most spectacular. According to a local legend, the lake was formed as a consequence of a flood created by a goddess who had been spurned by the local people. All the inhabitants of the valley, except for an old woman and a family, were supposed to have drowned in the flood. Even today, on a tiny island at the center of the lake, there stands a temple, supposedly built by the old woman's descendants, honoring the goddess. Tourists in Pokhara could hire sailboats or paddle boats, rowing boats, or the list goes on and on. I chose a kayak because I thought it would be the fastest and least tiring way of exploring the lake. I was wrong. Unless you're used to it, a kayak is cramped. It's unstable, difficult to steer, and worst of all, it seems to have a knack of going around in circles. I decided to put a stop to my misery by taking an impromptu lesson in the art of kayaking from Dominique, a French tourist.
This arm like this, and you don't move. The other one push. But pushing like this, and you're looking in front of you, far away.
Armed with that advice, I set off at a brisk pace, heading towards Anadu, a nearby Gorkha village I'd heard about in Pokhara. The Gorkhas are a martial race known all over the world for their fierce fighting ability and bravery. More than 200,000 Gorkhas fought in the two world wars and earned 10 of the 100 Victoria Crosses awarded in World War II. The Indian Army too recruits Gorkhas from all over Nepal to serve in its ranks.
पोखरा से आ रहे हैं कायाक लेके आपके गांव के बारे में सुना
Nav Bahadur Gurung is one of the village elders and has served for over 20 years in the Indian Army. He's seen action in the wars of 62, 65 and 71 and has won medals for bravery. Although he's retired, two of his sons and many other young men from his village continue the family tradition and are soldiers in the Indian Army. A motorcycle is one of the nicest ways to travel around Nepal. These Indian machines are available on hire in any large Nepalese city or town. They'll cost you about 250 rupees a day, but you'll need to leave your passport behind as a safety deposit. And fuel in Nepal is as expensive as it is in India.
Where do you go?
Afternoons are usually siesta time in Pokhara. But if you're willing to sacrifice a little sleep, this is the ideal time to do a little sightseeing. I'm going to explore a huge bat cave I've read about in a guidebook. But first, I'm headed for a closer look at the Devi Falls. The Devi Falls are formed when a channel of water that originates on the Phewa lake enters a narrow gorge before plummeting down many hundred feet. It's an impressive sight. Incidentally, the falls are also known as the Devlin Falls. They are supposed to have acquired their Western-sounding nickname when a female European tourist named Devlin was swept away while swimming in the nude with a boyfriend. The Bat Cave is spectacular at any time of day or night. Water percolating down from the limestone hills above have etched away at the valley's alluvial sediments, creating a vast network of caves. Pool Singh, a 15-year-old boy who's played in these caves all his life, is my guide. Like any good guide, he's got a large number of interesting stories to tell about the caves. Though I smelt them and heard them, I didn't get to see any bats. At dusk, the boats get anchored for the night and the scene of the action shifts to the lakefront. The roadside cafes, pubs and restaurants spring to life and are full of boisterous tourists partying into the wee hours of the morning. Since shops stay open till the last tourist has been packed off to bed and don't reopen till fairly late in the morning, this is the ideal time to pick up a few souvenirs of your visit. It's fairly easy to make friends in Pokhara. That's because it isn't a very large town, and since all activity after sundown is concentrated on the riverfront, you invariably end up running into the same people over and over again.
So I hope the weather stays clear tomorrow.
At one of the many lakefront restaurants, I met Captain Sharma and a few of his friends. They run their own helicopter company. But, as you will soon see, the flights they offer are anything but the usual.
I want to go back to Nepal in one piece, if that's possible. This is no ordinary helicopter. The man next to me is no ordinary pilot. He's taking me on what's called a mountain flight. Give me what he says is a close, once-in-a-lifetime, never-to-be-forgotten view of the mountains. I hope he's right.
If you've never flown in a helicopter before, I have to tell you this is a little scary. The tiny glass cockpit and the engine vibrations take a lot of getting used to. To make matters worse, you seem too close to the mountains for your own good. But then that's why this flight is special. No aeroplane could ever get you this close.